Well, I was very, very lucky as a graduate student. I went to UCLA primarily to get an education in computing. I'd spent 2 years at IBM and I realized I needed more graduate work on the way computers were designed, operating systems, and so on. So I went to UCLA and by good fortune wound up working as a programmer for a man named Leonard Kleinrock. And Kleinrock was a theorist who had come up with the idea of packet switching while he was at MIT, and had done queuing theoretic analyses of how such systems would actually behave. So when ARPA, the Advanced Research Projects Agency, decided that it wanted to build a packet switch net and use that to connect the computing resources of the computer science departments that it was funding so they could share computing resources and share access to software, Kleinrock was the guy nominated to do the Network Measurement Center. And I ended up being one of the principal programmers writing the software for the first computer that was connected up to the first node of the ARPANET in September of 1969. Well, the next node came a month later, and 4 nodes were in operation by the end of 1969. Bob Kahn, who was one of the principal architects of the ARPANET, working at Bolt, Beranek, and Newman at the time, came out to UCLA along with another of his colleagues, Dave Walden, to test this 4-node network. They had a theory, Bob in particular had a theory, that there were conditions under which the network would congest or collapse. His colleagues didn't believe that there was much probability of that. And so my job as the network measurement programmer guy was to inject traffic into the network that would try to reproduce the theoretical failures that Bob Kahn anticipated. And he was right. We killed the network repeatedly with various kinds of traffic flows. So this was a wonderful opportunity for someone to explore a space that was really unknown, a wide area network based on packet switching. Conventional thinking at the time in the communications world was that this was a silly idea and it would never work. So the 4 nodes that were part of this first network were UCLA, UC Santa Barbara, SRI International, and University of Utah. So those were the first 4 by the end of 1969. I don't think any of us had any idea what the implications of this work would be in the long run. We knew that we were exploring new territory. We knew that computers were potentially very powerful things. We had heard from visionaries like Doug Engelbart and J.C.R. Licklider at MIT that you could do things with computers that were not just crunching numbers, that these things could be used to augment human intellect.